Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Sunday. Happy weekend update. Okay, so I have lots of things to update you guys about. We have weddings to talk about. We have TV shows to talk about. We have books to talk about. We have walks to talk about. We have, did I say weddings already? We have weddings to talk about. We have brunch. Something very exciting happened at brunch today. Totally made my day. Made my week. Made my month. No, it really did. It really did. Anyway, we'll get to that in just a little bit. But I have so many things to share with you, so many updates. So how are you guys doing? And I have to tell you that about 10 minutes ago, this vlog almost didn't happen because we got home from brunch. Well, after brunch, I had Alex take me to the grocery store because I was like, well, I'm not out of coffee, but I wanted to get more of my favorite coffee. And so we went to a different grocery store than we usually go to. We usually go to this one Kroger. There's like 3 Krogers in about a 10-mile or 5-mile radius from us. So we went to a different Kroger because he wanted to get his car washed. And they didn't have, I wanted to get more of the Lavazza. Is that what it's called? They had it in the ground coffee, but they didn't have the K-Pods, the cured K-Pods. I wanted to get more of the Lavazza. I don't know which one it is that I like, but there's one that I really like. It's the Affogato. That's the one that I wanted to get. They didn't have it there. I was so upset. And I have a ton of Cafe Bustelo in there. So what did I get? I got Kauai coffee. I got the vanilla macadamia because I'm out of all Kauai coffee. So I got 2 boxes of the Kauai coffee. I was going to do like a little haul, but I'm so tired right now. And I'm hoping that I'll wake up a little bit through the vlog. You know how that always happens. I'm like thinking, oh, this will probably be a short vlog, even though I've been promising these long vlogs. Can we just talk about how cute my shirt is? Okay, you know I've been trying to wear these like vintage shirts. Can we just talk about this for a second? Look, this is a vintage Wrangler shirt from like, literally like the 70s that I got from Broad Ripple Vintage probably 25 years ago. It's one of them that remained in my closet, so I wore it to brunch today. But anyway, so I got 2 of, I love the Kauai coffee. Some of my favorite coffee in the entire world. And, hey, how are you? And then I got, what else did I get? Oh, I did get the Cafe Bustelo. I got some more of the Dulce de Leche, because that's like my favorite. Plus I'm always like in my head, I'm like, I don't know the next time that I'm gonna go to the grocery store. I'm done ordering it online. It is half as cheap. It is like half price in the grocery store compared to online. Like, I'm not doing that anymore with the coffee. And the grocery store has, I mean, they don't have a lot of the unique, like, different, like, I couldn't go into the grocery store and get the Barney's. Oh, look at all those birds that just flew out of that tree. The Barney's Santa's white coffee or anything like that. Like, I mean, couldn't just go in the grocery store and get that. I'd rather save my money and buy, like, I mean, stuff's expensive, let's be for real. I'd rather save my money and buy, like, those kind of unique things than I would just buying, like, you know, the Cafe Bustelo. Which, honestly, like, on Amazon is twice as much. No, true story it is. And I thought it was pretty, like, realistic on Amazon until I went to the grocery store and it was, like, $4.99 on sale. Plus, if you have, like, that, half the time it's, like, you know, if you have the card code thing, you know, which I always just put my number in because it's Alex's, you know, it's, like, 40 cents off or something extra. Anyway. So we went to the grocery store, and then he got his car washed, and then we came home, and I took the dogs outside. It's beautiful. I can't believe the snow. Here, I'll show you. The snow is not completely all melted yet today. I am so excited, though, for my walk. If you can see, there's like a little bit of snow there, and then across the street, my neighbors have some snow down there. I think the temperature in the car on the way back said 54 degrees. I mean, I have Birken. I wore clogs to brunch today, but I didn't wear any socks. And then I have these on, but I have no socks on, and I'm completely fine out here. I probably didn't need this jacket, but I just wanted to be kind of cozy. Let's see the temperature. Oh, well, the time is currently 4:17 p.m. And the temperature is in Indianapolis. I think it's supposed to just get nicer and nicer and nicer. 55 degrees today. And then tomorrow it's going to be 57, 58. Oh my God, Wednesday for Cousin Fun Day, it's going to be 67 degrees outside, you guys. 64, 47 on Friday. Friday, I have a dentist appointment early. I have to go to bed early on Thursday night. I'm getting that thing put behind my tooth so I don't lose my tooth. Why am I laughing at that? Like, why am I even laughing at the possibility that I might lose this tooth right here? No, true story though, but I'm getting that, like, I guess it's like a permanent retainer or something like that. But then she said, I don't know how long your periodontist is going to want it in when they, like, work together. And I said, well, like, a month? And she goes, oh, no, like, it'll be in there for a while. And I'm like, oh, my God. I used to have one, like, after I had braces, behind there, like, for years. Like, I don't know, until my late 20s, because I was eating a caramel apple, and it was when I was with my first boyfriend, and I remember, because I called my dad. I think I just talked about this not too long ago on here. Was I telling somebody, or was I talking about it on here? I was eating a caramel apple, and, like, I swallowed the wire, and I remember calling my dad and kind of laughing about it. He, like, freaked out. He was like, that could, like, puncture your intestine. You need to go get x-rays and all this kind of stuff. Anyway. Speaking of which, because apparently there seems to be some confusion about the icon hat on the comment section below, even though I explained it yesterday. Let me explain this, okay? Because I do remember. I don't remember about the baton. The thing is, I have cleaned out extensively the garage, okay? If there was a baton in that garage, okay, I know this is not going to make sense to anybody, but do y'all remember when I was going through my roller skating era? And I have the roller blades, because I used to come over here. So my old roommate and I, when I got sober, when she moved back in town, okay, and after my mom got sober, she and I lived in an apartment together with my first boyfriend. So that would have been at about a year sober. My mom at that point would have been, so like between like a year sober and, well, she moved out before he and I broke up. She moved out of town. So probably for the next 4 years, a lot of times, like after I would go to a meeting or whatever, or if I didn't go to a meeting, I would come over here with her, and she, especially in the summer, and she and I would rollerblade around the neighborhood. I used to love to rollerblade around the neighborhood. I could jump and do tricks and all kinds of stuff. But it was perfect neighborhood because there's not a lot of cars through here and stuff like that. So we would rollerblade through the neighborhood, my old roommate and I. And then afterwards, she and my mom and I would walk up to the pool. This is my roommate that I partied with, but when I got sober, like, she was super, super supportive of me. The one that lives in Berlin now. So then when, like, afterwards, if it was, like, warm, my mom and she and I would go to the pool. We would, like, get in the pool, like, for late night swims. My mom loved night swims as well. And then we would come back here and we would, like, drink a cup of coffee, have a couple cigarettes or whatever, and then we would go home. It was real cozy. Like, that period of my life was, I think I've always just been kind of, like, I love to travel in a hotel room and all that kind of stuff, but I think, like, I've always just sought to have this, like, very small, cozy life. Like, my whole life, I've always just, you know, even as a kid. And I'm sure that we could, you know, I mean, I've done a lot of therapy over that, but it's like, I mean, I remember, like, tucking my stuffed animals into the bed when I was a little kid and stuff like that. I mean, I'm sure we could therapy that and analyze that to death, but, you know, I mean, the reality is, other than being bullied and growing up in an alcoholic home, which I think that's enough, but my life wasn't, I have so many friends of mine that, like, I mean, you're talking about physical, emotional, every kind of abuse under the sun on a daily basis, neglect, in and out of foster homes. My life was not like that. It just wasn't, you know, and even though my mom drank, it wasn't like it was every day. I mean, her alcoholism, I think, progressively got worse through the years. But by and large, like, I had a pretty good childhood. I really did. When I was at home, like, school was hell for me. But there were even good moments at school. Like, you know, there were moments at school. I think the real sadness about being bullied long-term like that is that you become immune to it over time. Whatever you're bullied for, you know? Like, whether you're bullied for being gay or your weight or your hair. Or, you know, people are bullied for all different things. And as adults, we are too. I think you become immune to it. But there were a lot of things about school that I loved. I mean, I can remember, like, library. I loved library. Not just, like, I mean, talking about, like, the class, kind of like in elementary school where they would, like, read to us or show us, like, a film strip. I loved that. I loved going to the library in the school. I remember liking PE. I hated PE later, but in elementary school, I loved it. I know there was just a lot of things about elementary school. There were some teachers that I really, really liked. I had some fantastic elementary school teachers. But anyway, wiggle your toes, Peter, because you're getting off track here. Oh, I've always kind of sought this coziness out. See, it works. I think I've always kind of sought, like, just a home, you know? I think it's why, like, the night I got sober, my dad found me, and I was just, like, walking in, like, the snow and the cold, you know? And I said, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. To this day, he says, like, the weirdest thing about it was, is that pool crew lady number 1? Is she out there walking? I didn't see her leave. Everybody is walking today. This week, my walks have been shorter because of the cold. So this week is like, I want to get back to the hour and a half, 2 hour walks. It's going to really help my reading with my audiobooks too, because my audiobook reading has really, really slowed down because my walks haven't been as long. So for like half of them, I listen to music and the other half I listen to a book. Well, when I'm walking 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, sometimes a half an hour, I mean, it's not that much of a book. So since it's going to be warmer this week. But anyway, when my dad found me, I was like, I just want to go home, I just want to go home. To this day, what he says is, it's weird, like, I felt like you weren't talking about, like, your apartment, you were talking about, like, some ethereal home, like, feeling of home, you know? I think I've always kind of sought that, like, home as being a safe place to me, you know? I remember when I was working in treatment, my supervisor, this is my coffee for the day, the Parachute blend, it was funny, I was thinking of my mom, because the flavor for today was hazelnut, and I was like, my mom loved hazelnut coffee. It's never been a favorite of mine. I've always just been like, I think it's kind of boring. When they first started coming out with like flavored coffee grounds, I'd come over here and my mom would be like, I have hazelnut. I'd be like, really? My mom loved instant coffee too. A couple years ago, maybe a year or two ago, I bought a thing of instant, I didn't even know they still made it. I bought a thing of instant coffee and put it in the refrigerator. I think I finally threw it out. I might have made it once or twice or something like that. And I was like, it is so bad. I don't know how she drank it so much. Sanka. I didn't buy Sanka, but do you remember Sanka? Anyway. So yeah, I think I've always just kind of like, how did I even get started talking about all this? I don't know. Hey you. How are you? Good, it's beautiful out, isn't it? I know. I'm getting ready to walk here. I am going to in just a second. I come down your street about every day when I'm walking.
Do you?
Mm-hmm. When I'm going out, I walk down it. When I come back in, I walk down it.
Good, because very few people come down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a cute little street.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I know which one's yours now. I figured it all out.
Well, we lost the neighbor not this winter.
Aww.
To the year. So.
Well, your hair looks cute.
Huh?
Your hair looks cute.
Thank you. I gotta go home and take a shower.
Aw. Well, enjoy your walk.
I will. See you later.
Okay.
Good to see you outside again.
I know. It's good to see you. Yeah, everybody's walking today. So she's the one that I knew that always wanted to move in here, and I didn't really know she was serious about it. She was on like the very far side of the neighborhood, but she's like on this little small street. So like I like walk down there and then like walk out, and then I walk back in. What was I gonna say? Coziness of life. Oh, my old supervisor back in the day. I don't even know how I got started on this whole cozy thing. I'm gonna have to like back it up to get to the coziness of it. But I've always sought out coziness, is what I was saying. It's probably like a safe place. Well, this is what I was going to in my head. So I remember like my supervisor and I having this conversation one time, and she said something to me. It was like a bad day. Like she was having a bad day or something. And I said, she goes, I can't wait until I just get home and I'm in my bed. And I said, and I was never like that person, like back then. I mean, today I love to be in my bed and read and be in my comfy clothes. Oh, that was my pool crew lady number 1. She just came back from her walk. And there's another couple walking down right here. But anyway, I thought it was kind of a bizarre statement. Like, she was like, no, not her going into her bed. But that wasn't like, I mean, I can remember like wanting to go home and like sit on the couch and watch TV and like have a fountain pop and stuff like that, right? And I remember she said, my bed is my safe place. And I remember thinking that was kind of like a bizarre statement. I totally understand that statement today. I mean, I was like, at that time, like 26, 27. I just remember thinking, your bed is your safe place. Like, you just don't want to leave the bed. Today, I totally get that. I don't know what sad statement that is for my life. But I understand, like, safe spaces today. I don't know that I understand. I mean, she was older than me, too. I don't know that I understood necessarily, like, places where you feel safe, you know? I think, like, for me, when I, like, talk about the coziness of things, like, for me, coziness kind of equates to some degree safe places, you know, like our home feels very safe to us, and I love the bedroom, and, you know, like I like making the bed really nice and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, so I can't remember how I was getting into that. I'll probably get back to it in a second. But so Well, I started by saying this vlog almost didn't happen, and I'll tell you why. Because we came home, and I was putting the stuff away, and then took the dogs out, and then as soon as, like, Alex was already upstairs, and so he's already changed into his pajamas in bed, and so, like, the dogs ran up, and he was, like, petting the dogs and stuff like that. They, like, jump all over him. It's real cute. And so then he was like, I said, I'm going to go vlog. I said, but I think I'm going to lay here for like 5 minutes. And I turned on the fan. And I got like under the blanket. And I looked over. And he was like holding his phone like he was going to go through TikTok. But then his eyes were kind of closed. And he was just like petting Otis. This car just stopped in the weirdest place. Like literally just stopped right in front of my house. Oh, it's a delivery. Somebody's getting delivery. Oh, I wonder if it's me. I wonder if it's one of my books. No. I thought maybe it was my Amazon. I think it is my book. He's taken it to the wrong place. I'll have to look and see on my email here in a second. Be like, we delivered your package. Packages are delivered to the wrong addresses in here all the time. People are so nice about it. They'll just like walk it over. They'll be like, "Hi, I got your package." I get Laura's packages all the time from places. I should look and see if I got an email. He's walking after his car now. Drop it. That'd be so funny. I have like 2 books coming. No. Well, she reads a lot of cozy mysteries, so she probably orders a lot of books too. God, I don't remember how I got started on this whole cozy. Talking about, I was talking about, the Baton. How did I get all the way back to that? Not the bar in Chicago. The Baton bar in Chicago where they started Miss Continental pageant. Okay. Jim Flint owned the Baton for years, and then he finally, like, he's retired now. He's on Facebook all the time talking about how he needs to get a part-time job. I'm like, sir, you have busted your ass for 50 years, okay? You need to, like, he's like, I need a part-time job. I always see him saying that online. Anyway, okay, so I know this won't make a lot of sense to people, okay? But, like, I think I was talking about, like, my different eras. So the whole Baton thing has, like, it was funny because somebody said, I think I do remember you getting a Baton because I wanted to get a Baton or something like that. Okay, I think I did order a Baton. I have cleaned out that entire garage, okay? Like, I mean, it's not, like, spotless. It's, like, very organized, and it's just on one side now. The basement is completely organized. If that Baton was down there, I would know where that Baton was, okay? So I must have thrown it out or given it away to somebody or lost it. How do you lose a Baton? I'm ordering another Baton. No, tonight, because I haven't ordered batteries yet, so tonight I'm ordering a Baton online. I thought I would just wait with Caroline and go to like Five Below, but I think I'm going to order the most fantastic Baton online, okay? So I can just start shimmer. F a fan when you can have a Baton, right? Okay, so... But I know this won't, like, it makes sense to me. But do y'all remember when I was going through, this is how I got talking about it. The roller skating era, okay? Like, when, like, my, like, logo was, like, a roller skate and stuff like that because I wanted to be, like, the roller skater of the world. I still do. Well, when I was a little kid, I would roller skate to, like, Donna Summer and stuff like that in the driveway. Feels so good, be so good, be so good, feels so good. I put up his post for Alex. Well, he put up one for me for Valentine's Day. Then I put up another one for him. And I almost picked a Donna Summer song for it. I was like, but you know what? It doesn't mean anything to him. It'll mean something to me, but it doesn't mean anything to him. And so anyway... So I was like, if it's in the garage, it's got to be with my roller skates. So I have my, like, roller blades and my roller skates together. You know what? I haven't looked over there. I'll have to look. Because I was like, if the Baton... I know this doesn't make sense. This is how my mind works. Like, if there was a Baton out there... Because I could imagine myself, like, roller skating with a Baton. So, like, if there's a Baton out there... I know, it makes no sense, right? But it does to me. A Baton belongs with roller skates, which are in the right-hand corner over there. Should I just go look right now? I'm going to wait till this is the 30-minute mark. But that's going to drive me crazy. And at the 30-minute mark, I won't remember that I was supposed to go look for a Baton. I swear to God, if I go out there into that garage and there's a Baton, I'm going to lose my ever-loving mind. No, true story, I am. Like, that Baton is going to be in every video for the next 2 weeks. Trust. It will be. Okay, I'm going out there right now. Hold on. I need a sip of coffee first to get ready for it. Okay. My roller skates are blue. Don't ever forget. I'll be back in a second. I'm going to go see if this is out. Okay, I'm back. There is no Baton out there. I mean, I looked high and low. There is no Baton out there. And if it is, it's not with the roller skates at all. Oh my God, there's a lot of people walking down the street right now. Oh, this is the family with their dogs. This is the mom with the 2 sons. They have a new dog. Anyway, they're always really nice when I see them. I know where they live now, because they live like way out there. So like when I walk out there, I see them. They're like in their yard and stuff like that. They're really nice. But it's a mom with the 2 sons, and the 2 sons look like they're like in their early 30s or something. They walk with her throughout the week, so they must live there unless they come over there. I don't know. I wonder if people wondered, like, when my mom and I were walking together, like when I was in my 30s, and I would come over here and walk with my mom. They'd be like, does he live there? They probably thought that. You know what I mean? Anyway, okay, this vlog almost didn't get made because, well, I was laying in bed, and Alex was like that. When I went inside to go look in the garage, he's on TikTok, so now I can hear it upstairs. So he must have woken up. I go, are you going to take a nap? He goes, I'm just laying here resting my eyes. His eyes were closed. I go, okay. I said, I gotta get up now and make this vlog, or this vlog's not gonna happen. He was like, just lay here a little bit longer. I said, no, I wanna go get the vlog done. I wanna get it done now. I said, because if I don't, I'm gonna be so tired, and I still wanna walk tonight and stuff. I said, I'm gonna go vlog. I said, because hopefully I can wake up a little bit, and then I can come back here and lay down. He's like, okay. So, get the vlog done early enough, and then we can relax and stuff like that. I am starting to wake up a little bit, though. But anyway, good brunch today. Oh, so I wanted to address the Baton thing. I'm almost positive at some point I did buy a Baton. I almost kind of feel like I've seen it around here somewhere. But the hat, I do want to address the hat situation, because apparently there's people, even though I explained it yesterday, they were still very confused, okay? There were 2 blue corduroy hats, okay? Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I guess I should probably pull up a picture of this, okay? There were 2 blue corduroy hats. I know this is a fact now. Hold on, I've got all my receipts for my videos I'm going to be making this week. Oh, look at that little dog. Hey, how are you? This little dog is so cute. My new neighbor just pulled in. Well, new neighbor over there. The pool people, they're so excited. I'm gonna call them the pool people. That's gonna be their name. These people that are walking by. Their dog is like smelling all over the mailbox and stuff like that. I can't say anything about them because they're standing like right there. Hold on a second. There they go. They're real artsy. Oh, do you know what I think? I wonder if they're like the kids of this one couple that walks in here. Maybe maybe they're watching the dog or something, because the dog looks kind of familiar to me. They're real artsy though. He had like, they're probably like my age, but he had like, I'm not looking up this stupid hat, y'all. I've seen it enough. Y'all seen it in enough pictures. Anyway, why am I looking through my pictures? Why didn't I just look through my Instagram, where there's 9 million pictures of me on that, in that hat? Hold on a second. This hat right here. Okay, this is the cotton hat. Do you see? This is the cotton icon hat, okay? That's the cotton one. I still have that one. Now is this? You can see this is the corduroy one. Okay? And this is from, look, this was before it got stolen. Okay? Oh my God, I miss that hat so much. But anyway, and then I used to wear a lot of those Gorham Brothers hats. When I started on YouTube, I was wearing like the pink Ultra Music Festival hats. Okay, but what happened was, it must have been the second time that I went to, it must have been the second, hold on a second. Ow! Okay, let me tell you what the big drama events are that people are sending me this weekend. First of all, this billboard of James Charles. Second of all, Gabby Hanna's podcast. Third, Jeffree Star's new relationship, in case you care. Those are the big drama things that I have to look into today and take notes on. I got a lot of work to do, okay? I got to watch Gabby Hanna's podcast. I've got to watch the 2-hour podcast she did with Trisha Paytas that she re-uploaded. I have to watch 1,000 Pound Sisters and take notes. I want to watch Marty Supreme tonight. I've got all that to do before... Anyway, okay, so I think it must have been the second trip that I was on when I met with, well, I went out there specifically to meet with Amelia Fart to California, to Los Angeles, because Alex was with me on the first trip. So that would have been the second trip that I went out there. And it was when I was like, it would have been like when I was on a connecting flight or something, and I got off the flight. I can remember because I was sitting like the first row, the first three seats behind like first class, and I was sitting on the aisle seat, and there was like a seat between me and this guy, and I took the hat off to like, I had like my iPad or something in my lap or a book or whatever, and I took my hat off, and I think to put like my jacket or something on, I can't remember, because like I knew it was going to be cold wherever we were going out, sweatshirt or something. I took my hat off and put it in the chair next to me and put my other stuff in the bag. Well, then I never put my hat back on, and I walked out and left my hat in there. I didn't even realize it until like a half an hour later. And I went into the bathroom and I like looked at myself and I was like, oh my God. I think I wasn't wearing my hat that day or something. I don't remember how it happened. Like I think the hat was in the bag, and I was like going through the bag, and I took the bag out, or I took the hat out of the bag to put it out, like I was going to put it on or something. I don't remember how it happened. But anyway, all I know is I left that hat sitting on, left it on the seat. Contacted, lost and found, stuff like that. Nobody ever turned it in. Okay. So I even looked on like eBay because I thought, I mean, at that point I'd used that hat so much. It was pretty used. I couldn't imagine somebody would like sell it on eBay. But I looked on eBay because they didn't really make them anymore. Well, they didn't make them anymore. So then I was like, I remember talking about it, and I found one. I can't remember where I found it. I found one like on eBay or something like that, and I ordered it. And that was the second one. Because I can remember I think when I ordered it, I was worried that it wasn't like the real deal, which I didn't really care about, but at the same time I wanted it to fit. I mean, one of the things I loved about that hat was the fit. That was the second one. Well, at that point, I mean, I know it's stupid, it's a hat, right? But I love that. I mean, it's like, this hat was like $30 or something. I mean, it's not like I love this hat so much, but like, I'm so used to wearing it that if like tomorrow I left this hat somewhere, like I would have to, there's only like 2 other hats that I have that are this comfortable right now. I'd have to really work in another hat. It was partly that, which is stupid, but I wear a hat like literally every single day. But I also knew that there was no way I could get that hat back again. I had contacted D Squared before that, and I was like, I wear this hat every single day, blah, 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 whatever. Like, I will pay double price for it if you have any in the warehouse, whatever. They didn't even respond to me, I don't think. Maybe they did, I don't know. But, so I was like, there's no way. This was not the time with the pool. This was the time before I had contacted them. I had looked online because I thought, you should buy another one in case this one goes missing. Well, I looked online and looked online. People would send me it all the time, and then when I would go to the link, it would be like, it was like a dead link. It was like they weren't selling it anymore, whatever. So anyway, this is so boring of a story. Anyway, so part of the reason why I was so upset about the hat in Las Vegas was because I knew there was no way I could get another one. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's just stuff, right? Like, it doesn't mean anything. It's just stuff. But I did love that hat so much. And it had nothing to do with it, like, I don't know, people were like, people were like, that expensive hat, I could care less how much it was. I could care less it was $4.99. I mean, like, I loved that hat. It was so comfortable. I'd worn it in so many pictures. Like, I never saw anybody. And the other thing was, I had worn it to Ultra Music Festival that year, and I remember that year, people asked me, because there was a new cruise ship called the Icon, and I remember people, I probably talked about it on here, people were like, did you go like on the premiere voyage of the Icon, or do you work for the Icon? Like, I didn't even know it was a cruise ship. And I was like, that's so crazy. And I was like, no, like it's a hat and whatever. So anyway, but I still have the cloth one. So here's the cloth one, because I wore it in Vegas when I was there. It's upstairs in the closet right now. So you can see it. Here it is, right here. Anyway. Somebody said they want to see the red plaid one. I'll pull it out. The red plaid one's not cute at all. So that's the story on the hat. There were definitely 2 corduroy hats. Well, I have more corduroy hats, Icon hats than that. One says effing freezing on it, and it's like The bill is cut off in half. It's not like a cute hat. I don't know why I got it. And the other corduroy hat that I have from D Squared, it doesn't say icon on it. I can't remember what it says. But anyway, my dad had like an Aspen hat, and then he had like a hockey hat that said something hockey on it. I mean, they weren't supposed to be fashion. They were like, he went to like some hockey game and bought this corduroy hat, and he would wear it a lot. And that's kind of what the hat reminded me of it too. So it reminded me of that. But anyway, it's stupid. But that's the story. There were 2 corduroy icon hats. I wish they'd come back out with them. The denim one that I bought, I really, really like, and I wear it sometimes, but it's like, the bill is huge on it. Like, it doesn't fit like this. I mean, it is like, it's like, I've worked it in a lot. It's a cute hat. Like, I would wear it out to like a club or something like that. I mean, it's not like a hat that you would wear. I mean, maybe it is, but that you would wear every day. It's a big hat. It's like, it's kind of like you walk in and people are like, that's a hat. You know what I mean? I like it. It's just a big hat. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, I have so many hats. This is such a stupid conversation. But anyway. Cheers. Okay. Y'all want to hear about the wedding, or do you want to hear about brunch first? Okay, so we went to brunch today, and I had the gluten-free waffle and cup of fruit, which was blueberries, pineapple, strawberries. I brought it home. I ate like 2 blueberries. I brought it home. And then I had potatoes, not crispy, with ketchup, and I brought those home too, because I only ate like half of them. So we walked in, and we like sat in the corner, because our friend that's the server there, she always like serves the 3 tables to the right. And so I walked in. By the time we go, I think it was like 20 after 2 or 2:30 or something like that. It closes at like 3. But it's not like it closes and everybody leaves. I mean, sometimes people stay there till 3:30. We don't. There's always people way after, like, when we leave. So when I walked in, like, Alex went over to the corner, and I, like, went and got coffee, because I was like, I need some coffee, like, ASAP. Well, right in front of the coffee machines were these 2 girls. And, like, when I walked in, I kind of, like, just, like, scanned, and they both kind of, like, turned and looked at me. And I have wondered for a while. I was like, this has only happened to me like once or twice ever. Well, okay, first of all, nobody ever comes up and says hi to me in public. It never happens. It totally makes my day when people do. I don't know, and like, if it did happen, it definitely happened more like 6 or 7 years ago. It never happens today. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm so irrelevant. Let's just be for real. Like, I mean, in the YouTube space and TikTok space, I mean, there's TikTokers here in Indianapolis that have like millions of followers. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, anyway, I don't know. It's just, it feels cool to like have somebody. So anyway. So I kind of have this weird, like, I can kind of feel it when it's going to happen. I don't know really how to explain it. Like, I can kind of feel it, like they're looking, but they don't really want to look, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain it. Oh my God, look at that dog. It's beautiful. Hey, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
That's a nice looking dog.
That's our daughter's dog.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's huge. Tanya used to have a Mastiff, and it was like it looked like the size of a Mastiff, but it was all furry. Tanya has been at this cabin this weekend in Brown County, so her and her husband. So it was Tanya's birthday, and it was Eric's birthday this week, and it was Valentine's Day, and they have another friend that they've been friends with since like the first year they started dating. And so it was one of their birthdays too. And so they all went and got a cabin in Brown County, Indiana. So Tanya, I called her yesterday before I was getting ready for the wedding, and she was laughing at me, and she was telling her friend, she had me on speakerphone in this store, and she's like, Peter, tell her this thing that happened. It's a stupid story that happened. Anyway, she's laughing. She's like, no, and her friends laugh, and she's like, Peter, tell her about this. She doesn't believe me that it happened. It's something that happened with Tanya and I recently. Anyway, she's having fun, but she gets back today. So we're sitting there, and like, we're ordering our food. Well, we're so stuck in the corner that like, you're right next to the door. You can't really see. I like it because it's kind of hidden from everything, because, you know, I don't know, like, I mean, Patachey's kind of a place, you can see everybody in there, you know? But when you're in that corner, and like, by that point, there's only probably like 5 tables, 6 tables of people left anyway. So, we were talking to our friend, and we always sit in that section, because then our friend that's a server there, they were having their Christmas party today. So her husband was bringing them like 10 Basbo's pizzas. She was all excited about it. I know their Christmas party in February. Well, because they're servers, they have to like, you know, have when they can have it. It's Mr. Villages. He goes, yes. I haven't seen Mr. Villages in a while, not when I walk. I haven't seen him. I mean, it's been a while. He's all bundled up in his coats and stuff like that. He's like, yes. He has big blue blocker sunglasses on. I love that he still gets out there every day. He told us how old he was. God, that was probably 2 years ago, and I think he was like 90-something maybe. Can he really be that old, like 93, and he's still out there every day on his bike? It's one of those real low bikes. Do you know what I'm talking about? And it's got these two big orange flags that are like 5 feet in the air off of the back of it. Thank you for the Lord for the nice weather. Anyway. So it was like at the end. And we were like getting our stuff boxed up and stuff. And so I can't remember how it happened. They like walked up. So our friend that was a server, she was asking me like, because they have like the flavored coffee, then the Patashi blend, and then decaf. And she was like, did you get the flavored? Because she was going to go over and get it for me. I said, you don't have to go over. I can get it for myself. And she was like, had 2 cups. That's why there's 2 cups here. See, she was like, I didn't know which one you wanted. So I said, don't worry about it. I said, I'll go over and get it myself. So I stood up to go get a coffee. Well, they were both, these 2 girls were sitting there. I shouldn't call them girls, some of them women. They were both standing at the register. And so when I kind of like have this feeling, because they were kind of like looking over at us. And so their names, I'm giving shout outs, Rose and Amy. Now I know Amy, she said she watches all my channels. Rose watches some of my channels. So they were so nice. So Rose was like, she was like, I know that this is probably, I can't remember exactly how she said it, but she was like, I know this probably feels like really weird, blah, 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 whatever. And she's like, we've been like, I said, did you know that I come here like every Sunday? And she's like, yeah, we've kind of like been thinking about coming up here and whatever. And they were like very, very sweet about it, but like kind of like also didn't want to like, you know, come up to me, intrude my space, please. It totally makes my day. They were so friendly and they were so nice, and they were telling me like which channels they watch and stuff like that. Okay, so I have to give a shout out to Amy. I've never, I told my husband, so like when we got in the car, I said, do you know what she asked me? I've never been asked this in my entire life. I know like when I say this, some of you are gonna laugh, but it meant so much to me. They were so sweet, you guys. They were so sweet. Amy said, can I ask you a favor? And she's like, I know this is going to be really, really strange. And I said, okay, what? And she goes, Alex looked at me and he goes, that is so cool. He was like, that is the coolest thing ever. She goes, would you mind? She goes, I want to get a tattoo that says be too much. She goes, would you write it for me? I was like, what? I was like, sure. I go, my writing sucks. My writing sucks, you guys. Like, my writing is bad. And I write like in all like capital letters. And I said, you know, I write it, how do you want me to write it? She goes, just write it however you write it. And she goes, I was thinking smaller case. And I go, well, I never write in smaller case. And she started laughing. She goes, just do it however you want. And then Rose was like, yeah, just do it a couple times. She literally had like a little notebook out for it and everything. And she had a Sharpie, which you guys know are my favorite pens in the world. Oh my God, everybody is biking and walking today. So I like wrote it like twice. She's like, oh my God, that's perfect. They were so sweet. They totally, totally made my day. Oh my God, it was so crazy. So anyway, so Rose and Amy, if you're watching this, thank you so much. It was so nice meeting you. I said, we'll have to meet up again sometime. I think they said at the movie theater or something like that. But Amy said she watches my vlogs and stuff like that. So Amy, if you're watching this, you totally made my day. I'm still rather irrelevant, but for somebody out there, she said, Amy said to me, this is the kind of stuff that means so much to me. Amy goes, it's so like, she said something like, it's so weird seeing you like in person because you're literally in my living room every night. Like that's surreal to me because I don't think of it like, when people say like, oh, my boyfriend and I go to bed every night with you, or like I make dinner with you, or you know when I come home from work, like when people say like I can't go to sleep until like your vlog is on, like I don't think you guys have really any idea how much that means to me, that I'm like such, like I'm part of somebody's, like that's a huge privilege that somebody allows you to be part of their life. Like I think that's a huge thing, right? And that people say that to me, it's like why I don't take a nap until I can get the vlog up usually, because I know people are kind of like, and that's cool. Like I've watched people like that before, you know? Will and RJ back in the day, I can remember like if they didn't post by like whatever time it was back then, 7 o'clock, I was like, where are they? Like I was worried, you know? I don't know, it's just the coolest thing. When she said that to me, she goes, it's like you're in my living room, like on my TV. Like that's just, I don't know, that's such a cool thing. So thank you. Don't, like anybody, I mean, even if you're a hater, come up to me, I guess, and be like, I fucking hate you. And I'll be like, I'm sorry. Can I do something about it? Is there something I can do? I think it would just be so, you want to talk about authenticity, I think it would be so fucking real for somebody to come up to you and be like, to be honest with you, Peter, like, I am not your biggest fan, and I don't really like you on YouTube. And I'd be like, okay, well, what is it about? Well, it's actually this. Then to hide behind some bullshit, you know, fake names and fake profile. I mean, I would have mad fucking respect for that and walk away and be like, okay, you know, you didn't change my mind. You know, I still hate you. Okay, you know, the peace be with you and also with you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I would kind of have mad respect for that. You know what I mean? There are kids running down the street and stuff like that. They would never do that. You know, haters always want to call people out, but they just hide, you know, behind all kinds of fake bullshit. I'm not talking about walking up on my doorstep. I'm telling you right now, you do pulling that kind of stuff, I'm calling the cops immediately, okay? But like if I saw you out in public and somebody, I'm not talking about being violent to me. No, I'm not dealing with that stuff. I'm talking about like calmly coming up to me and being like, hey, you're Peter Monn, right? Yeah, well, yeah, you said that you don't mind people coming up and saying they don't like you. My feelings would probably kind of hurt. I mean, I don't think anybody wants somebody to say that to them, but I would respect that, you know, more than somebody hiding behind a bunch of bullshit. I think that's weak, honestly. You know, like, they can say whatever they want to say, but I don't hide my opinion. I mean, my name is on my drama channel, you know what I mean? But these girls were not that. These girls were very, very sweet, and it was so nice. So it totally made my day today. Anyway, you know what's kind of crazy? This is where I'm like always kind of careful about sharing stuff. So Nikki made a really, really good friend where Nikki lives through watching my vlog. Is that not crazy? I don't want to call the other person out in case she doesn't want anybody to know, but because everybody knows that Nikki lives in Pittsburgh. But I like Nikki every once in a while will be like, oh yeah, I'm going to have coffee with so-so. I'm like, tell her I said hi. And that is crazy to me. Over like watching my vlog, like they like met up. You know, like, I don't know, it's crazy. Anyway, there's a couple people that have like, I mean, there's people that don't like me that I'm sure that connected over my vlog too. I'm sure y'all have your own group chats. There was, like, Koei told me that there were like some, like, that he was in some group chats with some people, and Nikki's told me that too, like, of people that like, and they always are like, we don't talk about you or the vlogs at all. Like, we just met through you. Like, we talk about us. I'm like, no, that's cool. Like, I get it, right? But, like, that's cool. Like, I never in a million years, it kind of moves me, honestly. Like, when I started this vlog because I thought, like, my drama channel was dying. I thought it was dead and nobody was interested anymore. And I was like, well, this is really all I really wanted to do anyway, was just talk on video, you know? And so that's when I started this. And I can remember when I started it, people are like, this isn't a vlog, it's just you talking to a camera. You know, you're not like showing your day. And I'm like, a vlog is literally a video diary. Like, it's you can do whatever you want to do with it, right? To think that there are people that like have met through this, you know, and I don't know, like, that's just a cool thing. And you guys are so supportive of each other in the comment sections. Like, I don't sound off. Like, a lot of people want to know why I don't read or respond to comments. There's a lot of reasons behind it, but one of the biggest reasons is, number one, I don't want to argue with people in comments. If I'm ever moved to a position in a comment section, like if somebody says something in a comment that I feel like I really need to address, I'm going to address it in a video. Like, I'm not going to get in a comment section and go back and forth. I've done that. I've had a few moments. It does not fare well for Peter Monn, okay? Like, it just ends up becoming this back and forth with somebody. I don't want to do that. And it's actually a piece of advice that I got early on. Somebody said, don't argue with people. Let them have their say in the comment section. And I believe that. You know, one of the other reasons I don't respond to a lot of comments is, like, on my drama channel. Like, if somebody says beast, well, like, when I do go in, I post so many videos, it's hard for me to keep up with the comments. I do read all the comments, but usually late at night. But, like, on my drama video, like, let's say if I'm doing a video about Judy Smith, okay? If, like, the first three people are, like, first, I might put, like, yay, or, like, a blue heart, or, like, somebody say beast, and I'll say beast back. But if somebody says, I was waiting for this video, I think Judy Smith is a bitch, I don't respond to that, okay? I don't know if people are aware of this, but, like, you can be held accountable for what you say in the comments of your own videos, too. So, like, if you are saying derogatory things, or defamatory things in your comment sections, or agreeing with it, or even not agreeing with it, or whatever, in the comment sections of your videos, like, you can be held accountable for that too. Number one. Number two, I don't want to, like, I've said what I had to say in a video. I feel like that's for other people. The only time I usually step in on my drama video is where it gets real ugly between a couple people back and forth. And even just recently, it did. And I just was like, it was somebody said something about, like, this is why I don't watch you anymore. And somebody said, and I looked, and they literally had made their channel, like, a month ago. So it was somebody that was lying anyway. Like, they just came over there. It's real quick to look that stuff up. Their channel was made like a month ago. And they're like, I've watched you from the beginning, and this is why I don't watch you anymore. Well, somebody that watches my vlog was real protective. And they said, you don't need to announce your departure. Well, then they started going after this person. And I almost deleted the comment. But that would be like one of the only times I delete comments, even though I get accused of deleting comments all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like, but I left it up there. I was like, no, I'm going to leave it up there. But, so anyway, that's one of the reasons why. The other reason is, like, if I say happy birthday to somebody in the comment sections, every once in a while I'll do this. But, like, then I feel bad because it's somebody's birthday every day, right? And then, like, I won't get the next person. And I don't want that person to feel bad. Or if somebody says, like, like, this tragic thing happened in my life, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, then if I don't get the next person, I don't want somebody to be like, well, Peter said something to them, but he didn't say something to me, and, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want people to think that I don't care just because I comment heavily on one video and then I miss the next 7 of them. So I am very intentional with, like, not being in the comment sections a lot. I also feel like, and I know that, like, one comment I will comment on very often when I see it is somebody said, like, every once in a while somebody will say, like, I've been commenting for 4 years, so I could just, like, if I could just get some acknowledgement that you see it. And then I'll be like, hey, or something like that. But I read every comment on every one of my videos. Maybe not that hour, but sometime in the next 24 to 48 hours, I read every comment on every one of my videos. So, yeah. But I also am a big believer. Like, I've had a lot of YouTubers say to me, like, in all honesty, this is the conversation. People say, you don't ever comment on your videos. And I'm like, and my response is, no, because I feel like I've made my video and said what I had to say, and that's for somebody else's place. But you know what people will tell me? Because this is the misconception, is that a lot of YouTubers will say, well, I am very active in the comment section because I love to interact with people. But that's not the truth. The reason why they're doing it is for engagement, okay? Because it bumps their videos up more. To be honest with you, I probably only know 2 or 3 YouTubers that are very active in their comment sections because they love to be active in their comment sections. That's just the hands down the truth. 100%. Like, I mean, there's some people that I know that just, like, absolutely, like, they love for, like, responding to comments and stuff like that, but not many. And most people would be like, well, it's supposed to help with it's all a business. I want people to be able to have their say in there, but I also want you guys to know that I always read this. So anyway, Amy and Rose, thank you for totally making my day today. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I left on such a high note. I was like, okay. Well, at least somebody out there is watching what I'm doing and what I'm saying. No, I know there's a lot more than just that, but that meant a lot to me. Okay, so the wedding yesterday was fantastic. So, well, I already vlogged by the time that Alex had left. So he left here early yesterday. He looks so nice in his suit. So I have the whole thing recorded. His mom wanted to watch him do the whole thing. He's like, can you record the whole thing? I go, the whole thing? He goes, yeah, my mom wants to watch the whole thing. I go, the whole thing? But so Alex and then all the bridesmaids were all of his girlfriends. So me and all the husbands, we were all sitting, like, in the 3rd row. Like, people thought we were family because it was like her mom and dad, so she's an only child, her mom and dad and, like, grandparents, and then, like, the aunts and uncles were sitting in the back. So we were, like, the next row up, and so we were all sitting together. So I literally was like, there was, like, nobody except for her mom and dad, like, and they were sitting there. So I literally just sat like this the whole time and just recorded it. Because I didn't want to be rude about the wedding, but I actually got a lot of it. Do you want to see? Look, I sent this to his dad last night, Mr. Walter Wiggletoes. And then, I posted this on my Instagram last night. This was me all cozy in bed. Somebody asked me what book I was reading. They said, why did I just scan into your book? This is the Franklin Christopher Valentine's Day book. Somebody got murdered yesterday. Look at Mr. Little Walter looking over. Look at his little fuzzy hair. Isn't he so cute? Okay. Oh, and then look, there's Mr. Otis. I think I posted these on my Instagram last night, but for those of you that don't have Instagram or don't look. That was when I got home. Okay, here was my cake. I know it doesn't look like much, but can I just tell you, this cake was... I went... And it stopped. The camera stopped because we're at the 30-minute mark. Oh, but the battery just went to the halfway mark. I brought another battery out with me too. Okay. So anyway, where am I at on time? I can't remember what time I started. Okay. So anyway, this cake was the bomb. Okay. So that was the cake. And then we'll tell about my outfit here in a second. My outfit was not real exciting. Did I post? This was with my reading glasses on. I think I sent those too. Here's my husband. I was so proud of him. It was such a pretty wedding. Did I take any pictures of myself before? Hold on a second. Oh, here's me in the Uber on the way there. Okay, so none of these pictures are that cute. So here's the deal. Hold on a second. Okay, so I wore the same blue suit, the same tie that I've worn to the last 2 weddings, but I wore a different shirt. It was like that blue and white check shirt that I bought. Okay, here was the deal. I started to panic a little bit at the end, and I had like 10 minutes until I had to leave the house, and I literally, you know when I talk about starting your day over? I went in the bathroom and I went, this was my mantra. Nobody's looking at you. It's somebody else's wedding. Wear something that you're comfortable in. Just let it go. Because I was like, you're not going to stress yourself out over this wedding outfit. Like, this is stupid. Like, you look nice. Whatever. Alex looked so nice. The burgundy suit, like, burgundy. They were kind of off colors, off burgundies, but they looked so nice. So he sent me a picture. And then I was like, oh my God, I'm wearing... So I have the striped tie that I bought. Well, here was the deal. So the shirt that I bought, it fit perfectly everywhere down, but it was like, you know, like when dress shirts have like the 17 and a half, 16 and a half, 16 3, okay, whatever. It was small, medium, large, extra large, and I bought a large. Well, the shirt fit perfectly on my body, but on the neck, it was way too big, like on my neck. So when I put the tie on, it bunched it all up. Well, the tie that I wore was a thinner tie. Then I almost had this silver cream tie. I think I might have worn it to Fufu's wedding. I don't know when I wore that tie. I don't remember. But anyway, but then I put on the white shirt. The white shirt was more comfortable. But then I was like, am I going to wear the exact same outfit? I mean, like the white shirt, the same tie, and the suit that I've worn for, like, I just was like, I don't want to... So, when Macy's has like a suit sale, because I know that they have it like twice a year, I'm going in there, I'm going to buy 2 suits. I'm going to buy a khaki suit, and I'm going to buy a black suit. And then I'll have like this navy blue suit, or this blue suit. I'd like to have a dark navy blue suit too. But I'm going to like buy a couple of suits over the next year, so I have different suits to wear different things. I have a bunch of ties. I have shirts. I don't need any more shirts. But to go in and buy a shirt is one thing. I just didn't want to spice. One of our friends last night said something about, because he said something about, you look so nice. I said, this is the same suit I had the last wedding. He goes, it's the same suit I had the last wedding too. He goes, I wasn't about to spend $1,000 on a new suit. I go, $1,000? I said, I wasn't about to spend $300 or $400 at Macy's. That's a lot. I mean, my dad spends like big money on suits, but that's like, I mean, working at a hospital, I mean, no, I don't have that kind of money to be spending, like, no, we're not talking no $10,000 Armani suit. I can't afford that thing. And honestly, I think a $300 or $400 suit, and that's on sale at Macy's. That's like a Calvin Klein suit or a Michael Kors suit. I think that's expensive. But I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So, but I would like to, oh, what was he telling me? He went to Macy's. And then he went to the K&G suit place, and he was like, suits were like $700. I said at K&G, which is kind of like, it's like a Burlington Coat Factory, kind of like a Ross or whatever. I said, no, there's no way. And he looked nice. He goes, I didn't even remember that you wore that suit. I go, yeah, but every picture that I have is the same. He goes, who cares? So we didn't care, either one of us, but it was fun. So when we got there, I got there we all showed up, all the guys showed up there right at 4. We were all like meeting outside so we could all go in together. Well, meeting in like the couch area so we could all get together. It was beautiful. And I was at this place in Noblesville. So Noblesville is like where my home group is, and It's this little small town. It's like north of where Tanya lives. And I've driven around a lot when I would show like the square. It's where Tanya and I would be like, she shouted at the window at somebody. It was like when they were Pokemon going, and she's like, "There's a Pikachu!" But anyway, it's a cute little town. So they got married at a place called the Milltop, which Alex said used to be like a flower place, but they also made like the very first like Indy 500 car or something. I don't know. It was very like industrial and warehouse looking inside. It was gorgeous, and then like all wood floors and stuff. It was very, very cool. So we got there at 4. The service started at 4:30. It started like right on time. And they were done like by 5. Everything flowed. Really, really cool. It was very cool. And then from 4:30 or from 5 to 6 was like they took the pictures. They weren't even like they didn't even really take that many pictures. And then that was like cocktail hour and like hors d'oeuvres and stuff like that. And then everybody started going into dinner. And then I think like dinner started at like 6:15. And so like since they did like where it's like the groomsmen on one side, bridesmaids on the other side, and then the couple in the middle. Alex was on the bride. So all the husbands, we sat like at a table together. Plus another couple that we were friends with that she wasn't in the wedding and he wasn't in the wedding. So that was kind of fun that we all sat there. We had a fun table last night. And so I was sitting next to the last wedding that we went to, the husband, and he and I were pretty close. And he goes, this was at like 7 o'clock. He goes, "What time are you leaving?" And I go, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "Well, you have to leave early because of the dogs, don't you?" I said, "Yeah, I don't want to leave them in there too long." And he goes, "Well, you won't stay." Because, like, they do this thing now. Is this like a new thing? Like, after the wedding, they all go, like, to a bar or they go to somebody's house or whatever. Like, the bride and groom, too. And I was like, no, I won't be doing any of that nonsense. I said, I thought I might, like, last night, but, like, nobody ended up going out. I go, "But no, I'm not doing that tonight. Like, I'm going home and getting my comfy clothes." He goes, "Okay, you're my excuse, too." He goes, "So I'll stay and send Alex and his wife off in an Uber wherever they go." I said, "That's fine." I said, "Just let me know where they're going." He goes, "Okay." So anyway, but we had a really fun time, he and I, and then this couple that Alex and I, well, he knew them already, but I met them at the wedding on New Year's 2 years ago, which is a completely different friend group, but they're friends with her as well. And then we sat across from them at that reception because Alex knew them, so they put us across from each other. And then they're really a big part of like this friend group. So she and I like hung out all night long together and stuff. It was really fun. I had a really, really good time. It was fun. I actually knew quite a few people there. The dinner was fantastic. And so yeah, so they did a lot of speeches. So like, the bridesmaid or the maid of honor spoke, the groomsman spoke, or the best man spoke, and then her mom spoke, her dad spoke, his mom spoke, his dad spoke, and then his sister spoke, and then there was one other speech. There was like 6 speeches. And then they did a lot of dances. There was the bride and groom dance, and then there was the father-daughter dance, and then there was the mother-son dance, and then there was the mother-father of the bride dance, and there was the mother-father of the groom dance, and then everybody started dancing. By the time that they put the cake out, that was the mother-father of the groom dance. I was eating my cake, and it was like 9:30 at that point. I was like, I've been here 5.5 hours. I got to go. Maybe it was 9 o'clock. I can't remember. I'd already said my goodbyes. They were putting the cake out. I was literally waiting for I was like, I am not leaving until they put cake out. So I was talking to this guy, our friend's husband, because he knows, like, I wanted a piece of cake. Oh my God, can I just tell you, I posted that picture on Instagram last night. So many people were like, "Oh my God, you got your white wedding cake." So I guess a lot of people watch my vlog. I don't know, but I loved it. So he said to me, because they had it like in the corner, they had the cake. I've never seen it this at a wedding before. Before, like, the dinner and everything, they cut the cake. Is that normal? I don't know, but I was happy about it because the cake was ready, honey. The cake was ready to be had. So anyway, so when they cut the cake, I said to him, I go, "Oh, are we having cake?" Because they just cut the top part off and took the cake topper off and stuff like that. And I said, "Oh, they're having cake." He goes, "No, there's cupcakes." He's like real, like, you know, sarcastic. And I go, "Oh my God, I was wanting a piece of cake so bad." And he just looked at me, and all of a sudden he just started, he goes, because I saw cupcakes up there was like 2 plates of cupcakes, and I started laughing. And he goes, "No, they're having cake. It's just like the cupcakes are just like part of the aesthetic." I go, "You're such an ass." So I almost had 2 pieces of cake. And then called my Uber, and Alex waited outside for me, and I like took all of his like stuff back with him, his suit and stuff like that in the Uber. So then I came home, and then Alex texted me. He's like, "There's an 80% chance I might just come home." They stayed there till like, I think they were at the reception hall until like 10:30, and he was like, "There's an 80% chance I might just come home because we don't know really where we're going." They didn't want to like go out to any like a bar or anything like that, so they ended up going to one friend's house, and then the girl's husband, he went home like at 10 o'clock because there was like 6 of them taking an Uber together to this one house. So like he went home and to take care of the dogs as well, because they have like 3 dogs, and he had to go home to take care of the dogs. Like I had to go home. It's a good excuse. I don't lie to people. When people look at me, they're like, "You have to go home and take care of the dogs." I was like, "Yeah," and put on my comfy pajamas and watch a show and take a nap. 100%. They laugh. Like, I mean, I go up and say goodbye to the bride and the groom, and I'm like, "Thank you so much for having me," and whatever. Like, I mean, people get it. It's not like I'm like bullshit about it, you know. Like, I'm present when I'm there, and I love it. I have a great time, you know. But anyway, I saw this thing today that said people that don't say goodbye to people at parties save 2 years of their life. Did you know that? My husband, like literally, his entire family, to say goodbye to them, like at any event in his friend group, it's like a half an hour. I've like said goodbye to everybody, and I'm standing there, and he's like, "Oh, no, but we'll talk tomorrow." And then like we're on the way home, and he's like laughing or whatever, and then like we'll get home, and then he'll be like texting somebody as we're walking through the door. I'm like, "Who are you texting?" He's like, "Oh, Susie." And I'm like, "You just said you'd talk to her tomorrow." And he's like, "I know, but I forgot something." I'm like, you guys get such craziness. I'm happy you're such good friends. I'm happy that we all have such good friends, you know, like Tony and I are the same way. Nikki and I and Mel and I. Hey, how are you? He's got shorts on, it's so warm. Mel was texting me earlier today. What did she say? You know, she called me an effing bitch. What did she say? She was like, "Are you at Brunch?" Hold on, what she said? "Happy Sunday, you effing bitch." Oh, the battery's flashing. Hold on, I'm going to put the new battery in. I'll be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. Today is Nikki's oldest son's 18th birthday. Happy birthday! Which means Nikki is officially old. No. She's not. She's such a good mom. Mel said, "Happy Sunday, you effing bitch." I said, "You too, you effing bitch." Get you a friend that you can talk that way. And you know what you tell them? You tell them to get fucked, honey. You tell them to get fucked. I love when people get so pressed about, "I can't believe he told people to get fucked." Oh my God. Like that was when I was done with him, was when he was telling people to get fucked. You know what I have to say to that? Get fucked. Go to church and pray for me. It's Sunday after all. And then, she asked me what I was doing. I said brunch, and then I'm going to go home and vlog. And I said you, and she said watching Love is Blind and knitting socks. And then we were just talking about our week. So, what are you doing? Knitting socks? Knitting? Are you knitting? So yeah, so then Alex went over, they all went over to this like one friend's house. And then they were like getting tired or something like that. And so Alex went with 2 of his girlfriends. No. It was another couple. One was in the wedding, and her fiance sat with us at the table. Oh my God, here's another guy in shorts. How are you? Good. Everybody's wearing shorts today. Yeah. That couple, his friend that's single, and then they went over to Dog Dad, and his wife was with them. So Alex texted me, and then I was like, I can't remember what time that was. That was like 12:15 or something like that. And then he's like, "I'm not going to stay here long." And then like they live real close to us. And then at like 1 o'clock, he was like, "Okay, I'm on my way home." I thought he'd be like super late, but he wasn't. And then he came home and he's like, "I'm so tired. I've been gone since like 10:30 this morning, 10 or 10:30." I was like, "I know." So anyway, so he went upstairs and went to bed. And then last night, so when I came home last night, you want to know what I did last night? I had my cozy night. So I came home and let the dogs out. It was raining last night. The dogs did not, it like started raining when I was on my way home in the ride. Well, I actually listened to the Kathy Reichs book on the way home. The Uber driver was really nice on the way home, but was like on a phone call, so I just put my AirPods in. I always take my AirPods with me when I get in, like, I think it was a Lyft last night, actually. to listen to audiobooks. If they're talkative, I'll talk to them. But, so anyway, I listened to Kathy Reich's book. I'm trying so hard to get these books done, you guys. I've got to get caught up. Like February, like, I was thinking about this. Like, I know this sounds stupid. People are like, just read to enjoy it. I don't want to be behind or I will not enjoy it. That's the problem, right? So I was like, okay, these next 2 weeks of February, we're looking at it like school. Like every night I got to read so much in the Anne Frank book, so much. I got to finish Identical by Ellen Hopkins. I'm halfway through the Cozy Mystery book for this month. That's the only thing that I'm kept up on is the Cozy Mystery Book Club. The Beyond the Shadows. I love it. If you're reading it, the thing is, I really like it, but she is so poetic with her writing. Like, I don't know why it's just starting to bother me. Like, it's like everything, though. She's like, he has secrets. Secrets he keeps in a box, like a box that you would keep in the woods that you would have behind your house, and how dark the woods are. The woods are like the brain of the woods, who can see the woods. It's like, it's too much. It's like, I like the book so much. I'm like, girl, enough with the poetry. It's just like, if you're reading it, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's too much. Like, I can't remember what the last book was I read, and somebody said I was really over the metaphors, and I every time I pick up this book, I thought, if they were over the metaphors in that book, they are going to hate this book, because this book is like, I mean, I should read some of it to you, just to give you an example, but it is like, it is too much. It is like, look, I got these jeans, and they're rolled up, and they're almost kind of like, it reminds me of my mom. My mom wore capris a lot. I have them like rolled up like once, and they're kind of like giving me capris a little bit. They're kind of giving me, with my Birkenstocks, they're kind of giving me Summer in the Hamptons, with this bright little jacket on. Summer in the Hamptons weekend update with Peter. Anyway, so, took the dogs out. I was in my suit and then my Ugg boots. They were real over it. They did not want to be out in the rain at all. And I was like, we are staying out here until y'all do your business. I called a business meeting now. I was like, come out here and let's do your business. We go to the business meeting. Well, they get real excited and then they come here. Now, Walter will go out in the rain. Otis wants no part of it. He stands right here and he just walks back and forth. And so then I have to pick him up and I have to put him out there. Otis will pee. Walter just wants to walk out in the rain. He doesn't really mind it, but like, he doesn't really get what he's supposed to do in it either. It's so funny because Walter like can sit. Alex just sits there and he goes, Walter, shake. And Walter goes like that. And he goes, shake. He asks him like 8 times in a row. And Walter's face is like this. He just loves to do it. It's so cute. And Otis, I'm like, Otis, sit. And he just lays down like that. He doesn't get it at all. But he gets to do his business. So anyway, so I went upstairs, took my suit off, and then put my sweatpants and t-shirt on. Took them out again, because I'm like, I'm trying to get them to do their business, right? Then they did do their business. So then they were in bed and they were wrestling with me, and so I read my Franklin Christopher book. That's when I took the pictures, and I said I was like all cozy in bed and stuff like that. Then I took a nap, and I fell asleep. When I got up, I was like, what am I going to watch? I read a little bit, and I listened to my audiobook. What did I watch first? Okay, somebody asked me what I thought about this. So, I watched the first season of the show on Netflix called Missing, Dead or Alive or something like that. Missing, I don't know. The first season, I loved, okay? It's like this group, this small town. She was in the first season too. I think it was her and another, like, detective that does, like, missing persons unit. Somebody asked me, they said, have you started watching it yet? Because the beginning of it seems like AI or it's staged or something. 100% it's staged. I can't tell if it's AI. I can never tell if something's AI. I don't know if it's AI or if it's staged or whatever, but it's about this missing boy, and it's all fake. But the more I watch it, so the first episode goes into the second episode is about this guy, and he's like 23, and he's missing, but he was like uploaded videos on Facebook rapping. And like his mom hasn't seen him, but he has a caseworker. But he's on these meds for being schizophrenic. But then there's other kinds of meds. But then he might be like dealing drugs, and he's dealing with these deals. But he's a real nice guy. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, it is so like I'm watching it like as somebody that watches a lot of true crime, and I'm like I don't feel like it's like we're getting all the information. Like, I feel like they're leaving a lot out. Like, they don't really talk about, like, why he has a case manager. I don't know. It's like, but it's all, like, a lot of these people that have this case manager and live in this, like, I think it's, like, basically, like, subsidized housing, these apartments that they have, like, a lot of people with case managers that live in. They don't really go in and explain it much. This is when I kind of turned it off, was they're interviewing, so they're in this apartment complex, and this woman comes walking up to them, And she's like, and I literally had it on with like no AirPods because, you know, Alex wasn't home. So I was just like, I was making a cup of coffee in the kitchen, I think. And the woman comes up to the police, this woman, and she's like with her boyfriend. He's like blasting music in their Bronco or something like that. And she said, are you guys looking for the missing guy? And they're like, yeah, we're just looking for anybody that might know him or whatever. And she's like, well, I would see him around here and stuff like that. And she goes, he was a really nice guy. And I was like, past tense? That's interesting. And then the woman was like, do you know him? The cop redirected it and said, do you know him? And she said, no, I didn't know him. And she said, do you live here? And she said, no. She goes, I just come over here and we just like hang out in the parking lot sometimes. Well, when they walked away, she said to her partner, she said, take a picture of the license plate. And the girl like snapped at her. She goes, did you just tell him to take a picture of the license plate? So when they got in the car, she was like, that was really weird. And this cop is like, I literally said it out loud as I'm like at the sink, okay? Because it's playing in the living room. He goes, what did you think was weird about it? And I go, that she talked about it in the past tense. And literally, she goes, because she mentioned him in the past tense. I was like, exactly. Anybody that watches true crime knows that. I turned it off. I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's bad. It's bad. The first season was great. Like, sometimes they just need to know not to make a second season. Do you know what I mean? Okay. I really wanted to finish The Burbs, and I really wanted to finish Sherwood Season 2. Sherwood Season 2, Sherwood, I like the show. It's just a slow burn show. The Burbs, I was so bored of, okay? Now, I'm going to say something to y'all that I hardly ever say, but I am going to do my reaction to it sometime this week. I think I'm going to have to do, like, 2 videos a day on my TV channel, because I got to get caught up on some of these scripted shows. Because I'm finding out now that I haven't reviewed some of these scripted shows that I watched, like, 2 months ago. So I'm going to have to do some reviews of some of these scripted shows. Like, I might have to just do, like, a 10-minute review of the Burbs. I'm telling you right now, skip it. I love Keke Palmer. Some of the lines when I got to the 7th episode, it's 8 episodes. Some of the lines in the 7th episode were like hilarious comedy writing. I don't know if somebody different wrote the 7th episode, but some of the 7th episodes, so it's about the suburb, or this suburbia area, right? It's an HOA. It's a neighborhood like this. They have the HOA president in it. It's based off the movie. I think I might watch the movie tonight, actually, and compare it to the show. It was with Tom Hanks. Because the creator of the show is the same person that wrote and directed the movie back in the day. Dana Olson, I think is who it is. I kept on seeing it come up, said created by the... Anyway. So Keke Palmer and her husband move into this neighborhood because his parents, he grew up there. And then across the street is this Victorian house. And this girl went missing from there, and they think her parents buried her in the basement and she's dead. But they don't really know. And her husband's kind of tied to it. So Keke Palmer's trying to solve this mystery of this neighborhood, right? With the other, like, nosy neighbors. And well, that was Laura. I could hear Laura singing. But is that one of those cars? One of those ghost cars? That's freaking me out. What is that? Do you hear that? Laura was harmonizing with it. Anyway. I got to the 8th episode last night, and it ends, because you know, like when you're watching, if you watch it on your iPad or TV or whatever, it ends, and then it says, like, hit for next. Well, it didn't do that. And I was almost positive it was 8 episodes. The 8th episode, season 1 of the show, I don't even know that I would call it a cliffhanger. Like, I looked it up, and it says, oh, season 1 of The Burbs ends on a cliffhanger, hoping for a season 2. It ends completely inconclusive. Completely inconclusive. Like, you know what happened at the end of it, but it's not done yet. It literally feels like reading a mystery novel, and the last 50 pages are just cut out of the book. I was like, this is horrible. Keke Palmer is fantastic in it. The guy that plays her husband that was in Malice. The actors are fantastic in it. The acting is unbelievable. Some of the humor in it is like... The woman she's a comedian, she plays Dana in the show. She plays the woman that's like the neighbor that's a lesbian. She's hilarious. Like, she is so good. But, I mean, all the actors are really, really good in it. the script, I mean, the problem with it is, it could have been so good. Like, the premise for the show is unbelievable. And I think it's very relatable to a lot of people. Like, I'm thinking about my neighborhood the whole time. And, like, this HOA president, this Agnes woman, and all this kind of stuff is, like, the stereotypical HOA president and all this kind of stuff. And, oh, beautiful golden retriever. And, it just could have worked so well, but it just doesn't. I was like, I'm not recommending this show to anybody. Because without a season 2... I literally stopped it and I thought, I literally wasted eight hours of my life watching this show. Like, I liked it. I liked Keke Palmer, but it was slow. Each episode, it wasn't even like a show where I was like, I couldn't wait to watch the next episode. It was a show where I was like, I want to get this show over with. Like, I liked Keke Palmer. Her brother comes in, and her brother's hilarious. I like the scenes with her and her brother, and they're dancing in the kitchen and stuff like that. But, like, each episode was really slow. Like, I was kind of just, I mean, it was not a show that I was like, I cannot wait to see the next episode. It was not binge-worthy at all. The acting was fantastic. To be honest with you, if it gets picked up for a second season, I'll be surprised. The only reason it should be picked up for a second season is because we need to find out what happened. Because, literally, something massive happens at the end of... Well, you find out what happened, but then it implicates somebody and something massive happens literally at the very ending of it. And they're standing in the middle of the street. That's how it ends. I'm like, what is going on here? So I finished it last night. I was going to go in and I was going to watch an episode of Sherwood, but I was like, no, just go to bed. Walter was starting to get antsy, so I put them in their house, and then I went upstairs and I read for like an hour, and then I fell asleep. That was my nap last night. It was perfect. It was great. The wedding was so much fun. Everybody looked so nice. Yeah, it was a really good time. It was really fun. Got home, got to get cozy, got to read. So tonight, well, now I'm kind of awake, and it's like earlier, and so I'm thinking about maybe like taking I was going to take a nap right afterwards. I asked somebody the other day, and they said, I think nap then walk. Thank you so much for being on my side. I appreciate that. I'm thinking about maybe taking a walk and then my nap while it's still light outside. I think that would probably be a better idea. I want to watch RuPaul's Drag Race tonight, but if he goes to bed early, we have RuPaul's Drag Race. What do we have to catch up on? I just looked last night. So we've got Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, RuPaul's Drag Race. I've got 1,000 Pound Sisters, Suddenly Amish, and Love During Lockup. And then the other two shows I'm currently watching right now are Daryl Dixon and Sherwood. Alex and I are watching Palm Royale, but we're only one episode into it. Oh God, Welcome to Plathville, I still have on my list here. 1,000 Pound Roomies, The Valley, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I think I have 2 episodes of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives left. Outer Banks, I want to go back and watch that. Because I haven't watched that in forever, because the new season's coming out this year, do you know that? And then School Spirits, I have it on my list. But I also made a list of like shows I want to watch next. Oh my God. I went specifically, look, I have my list. Equal and coffee. Went to the grocery store, got coffee. Guess what I didn't get? Equal. I have 4 packets left inside. I'm so over it. That pisses me off. Buy batteries. My lists are so exciting. Oh, my Lanta. Okay. So anyway... What was I going to say? Oh, my weekly TV shows. So, yeah. So, we might catch up on our shows tonight, or we might wait till tomorrow. I told him, I said, there's no hurry. We can do it whenever. Is that cauliflower? 4 minutes ago? It's ketchup! She's, hey! Who was it the other day that I was like, who was it the other day that I was like, well, when they leave a comment and I read it next, I'll have to be like, I know what your name is now. Okay, let's read some of these comments, shall we? Kala said, ooh, you're planning trips. I'm going to hope that you're going to Aruba the same time as me. When are you going to Aruba? We would need to know that. Then I can answer that question. Joanne said, Peter, I love the way you and Alex's relationship is. I know you guys will have an awesome time at the wedding, and you will look amazing in your suit. Hug the boys. Oh, thank you so much, Joanne. You are so sweet. Oh, I do want to say this. Somebody, I feel like this was on a comment not too long ago. Somebody was saying something. Well, thank you, Joanne. Well, this is how I got to this thought. I was so ate up about my suit. So many people last night were like, Peter, you look so nice. You always look so nice. I was like, thank you so much. And, you know, I'm always like so hard on myself. One of the reasons why it's really, really, when I talk about like body image and all that kind of stuff, why it's really important for me to talk about those things in therapy and in step work and stuff is because, you know, like when I was 270 pounds and now that I've lost weight and I'm walking and I'm healthier, it's like, it's just different things I noticed. You know, it's like, I don't know. It's like, where does it end that you stop like beating yourself up? Somebody commented on my video a while ago and they said, this was like a week ago, and I wanted to comment on it and I totally forgot. And they said they were getting ready to go on a trip and they felt like they were really heavy and they were really upset because they were worried they weren't going to be able to enjoy the trip with like going on the beach and blah, 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 whatever. Okay. I don't know if anybody remembers this. This might have been the first year that I was vlogging, first or second year. And we were going on some trip and I was like, I think we were going to Miami. And I had gained a lot of weight. And I was really, really upset about it. And I was like, I'm so uncomfortable. Like, I'm not going to even want to take my shirt off at the beach and whatever. And I like talked about it on several vlogs. And finally somebody said on there, I don't know why. I don't know if it was the moment that I heard it or how it was said or whatever. But somebody said, go to Florida, take your shirt off on the beach, enjoy your time. Nobody's going to be looking at what you... I think that might have been the year that somebody took a picture of me smoking a cigarette on the beach all gutted, too. But no, don't worry about it. I mean, it's whatever. It's a joke to me now, you know? But they'll throw it up tomorrow since I said it's a joke. It cracks me up. But anyway, you know... When I was fat, that was a joke. When I'm thin, that's a joke. You know, it doesn't matter. You know, like, it really doesn't matter. But anyway, but that was so helpful to me that somebody said that. They said, you only have one life. Go live your best life, okay? Like, nobody is looking at you on the beach. I think that's such a condition of insecurity, which we all have some insecurities, that you think that your perception of what other people are thinking of you. The reality is, if you're on a beach, okay, and you feel uncomfortable in your skin, really nobody is really looking at you. And if they are, fuck them, okay? Like, wear what you want to wear. Do what you want to do, you know? I was telling these girls last night, there was these girls at the wedding, and they were, like, taking these pictures of themselves on this piano, and they looked really nice. And the one girl was like, I don't feel like I should, like, post it. I was with my friend to the left, this girl, and she was, like, asking her, she was like, do you think that I should post this picture? Do you think it shows too much leg? It didn't. And the girl was like, I don't know. She's like, I don't want people to get the wrong idea. And so we were all going in the elevator together. And she said, well, what do you think to me? And I said, do you know who Mel Robbins is? And she was like, yeah. And it was like the let them theory and all that kind of stuff. I said, she's like, yeah, I've seen her post. I said, you know, she has this thing I love that she's like, you know, like, if you want to post something on Instagram, post it. Like, if you do what you want to do, okay? Do not live your life constantly worried. And nobody out there is that fucking famous. And nobody is watching you that closely, you know? It's like I had to work myself out of my head with that, you know? Like, nobody gives a shit, okay? And if somebody takes a picture of you gutted smoking a cigarette in Miami, so fucking what? So what? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I see when I look at that picture? I'm thinking my husband, like, walking. I mean, I remember when that happened and they were like, oh, this was Alex trying to call Peter out for being fat and smoking and all that kind of stuff. He felt so bad about that. But you know what I remember is, I think that was at the Fountain Blue, and we were, like, packed in there, and we got in, like, these boxes of grilled cheese. That was a fun day. You know, that was a fun day for me. That's what I see in the picture. I see myself uncomfortable and bloated, and that I don't want to get to that position again in my life. But that was a fun moment for me, you know? Like, I don't know, like... Post pictures you want to post, you know? You're going to be places that you're never going to be again, and you're never going to see this. I mean, I think about this a lot. When I get in my head and I get insecure about stuff, I'm like, you're never going to see these people again. Like, it's sometimes for me at, like, Ultra Music Festival and stuff like that, it's easier for me in groups, large groups of people that I don't know. Like, it's crazy, my social anxiety, I don't know if anybody else is like this. My social anxiety is worse, okay? Like, at Patashu, like a restaurant with 6 tables, or, like, at a wedding, where I might perceivably know 20 people, or like at a meeting. When I go into a meeting, I'm like, oh God, I don't know who's going to be here. That's more uncomfortable for me than going to like Ultra Music Festival, where I don't know anybody and it's 100,000 people. Like, I'm pretty comfortable there, because I can hide within the masses. You know what I mean? But it still takes me a little bit of time to kind of like, okay, I'm gonna dance and whatever. Like if we go there during the day, I don't like to dance during the daylight. I don't. Like I usually like to like dance at night, like when it's darker and stuff out there. You know what I mean? Like I don't like to like dance. This guy is so intrigued. He walks by here, he and his wife. And they walk by here and like every day, and he won't wave or anything, but he like goes like this the whole time. Like he's like wondering what I'm doing, but he won't stop and ask. Anyway, but then, like, I get in my head, and I'm like, you aren't gonna ever see these people again in your entire life. And if you do, they were dancing too. Get over it. Like, enjoy your life, you know? Like, I don't know. I spent so much of my life being so worried about what other people think. And I do care what other people think. I care what my husband thinks. But I'm not talking about, like, how stupid I look dancing or what an outfit looks like. I spend a lot of time... When we say that statement of like, I don't care what other people think, right? Like, do you? For me, I do care if other people that I care about in my life care that I'm attentive to them, or I'm loyal, or I'm a listener, or that I'm kind, or that I'm kind-hearted, or that I'm giving, or that I'm intentional with my thought. I don't really care even with the people that I do love, like my husband, my dad, my stepmom, Caroline, you know, Tanya, Jean. I don't really care if they think my outfit looks stupid. The only person I really probably care about is Alex, and even if he said something, I'd be like, okay. He definitely doesn't care if I think what he's wearing looks stupid. He'll wear it anyway. I don't care if they think how I dance looks stupid. I don't care about that stuff. That's not the stuff I care about, and that's definitely not the stuff we should care about. If you don't want to care about any of it, don't. But when we talk about, I spent so much time worried about what people thought about me. I spent too much time worried about what people thought about the wrong things. I don't think it is bad to spend time worried about improving ourselves as human beings because we want people to think, wow, like... But I also don't think that that's why we should do it. I don't think that we should improve upon ourselves or be loyal or be giving or be kind or kind-hearted or loving to impress upon somebody. Like, that's not the reason to do it. Like, my aunt was such a good example of that. Like, my aunt, he is cooking out next door. I can smell it. He has one of those eggs, too. He was, like, so excited to cook out an egg. He was telling me, I can smell it. It smells like hamburgers, and it smells delicious. I know that sounds weird as a vegetarian, but it does smell delicious. Anyway, that's not like, my aunt did so many altruistic things and nobody even knew about it. I didn't even know about it until after she had passed away. It's not the reason to do it, but what I'm saying is, if you're going to worry about what people think of you, worry about the important stuff. Not like if somebody likes your sweater, or if you look fat in something, or how you look dancing on a dance floor. Who gives a shit? You only live once. You know, I look back at my mom talking about the wedding, and she'd be like, oh my God, we were on the dance floor all night long, me and my 3 friends from college, we had so much. You think they cared about what people thought about how, I'm sure they looked silly dancing out there, you know, like doing the jitterbug or whatever. You know, they didn't care. They did not care. They had the time of their lives, you know? And to me, honestly, as I get older, that's like role modeling for me when I see people that, I don't mean like they don't care, like, I don't give an F whose feelings I hurt. I'm not talking about that. There's a difference between they don't care, like, they're gonna live in their moment. There's a difference between like living in your moment, being authentic, and not wanting to hurt other people. And just like, this is who I am, take it or leave it. Do you know what I mean? Like, those are people that are role models for me. Because I do get in my head a lot, you know? But that comment from me years ago was so great, so helpful for me, because I did go on that trip, and I was like, and I said it on that trip that somebody had said that, and I would think about it before we went to the beach. Nobody's looking at you. Take your shirt off, enjoy it. And I was able to go into the ocean and, you know, enjoy myself, you know? But the reality is, like, I've lost weight since then. I'm still just as insecure with my shirt off now as I was then. You know what I mean? I still am. You know? And so I don't know if that ever changes in my head. And then what that tells me, it really was never about the weight to begin with. It was about what was going on in here. And I know that because I've done that with a lot of work in therapy, you know? And then taken stuff to inventory and whatever, but mostly in therapy. And I don't know, but I do think that when I look back on my life, I've spent so much time invested on the wrong, worried about what people thought about the wrong stuff, instead of You know, like, and if people didn't like me, or if people didn't think that I was a nice person or whatever, why was that? And what could I work on with that? Does that make sense? I don't know. Guess prioritize for me, I have to prioritize like what are the things that matter. All right, I'm getting off here now because I want to walk while it's still sunny out. I'm seeing all these people walking. I'm starting to get a little jealous. So I want to get my walk in today early, and then come back, take a shower, take a nap, or watch RuPaul with Alex. So I'm going to get off here now. Welcome to my weekend update. I hope you guys are having a magically amazing, what is today? Magically amazing Sunday. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys. I hope you guys are getting refreshed, renewed, relaxed, and rejuvenated for the week ahead. I hope you have a fantastic week starting tomorrow. If you're watching this on Monday morning, I hope you have a great week. I love you guys so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya.